Wendy and Lucy is a 2008 film directed by Kelly Reichardt. The film follows Wendy, a near-broke traveller played by Michelle Williams, and her dog, Lucy, as the pair desperately seek a better life for themselves. The film conveys an unmatched sense of intimacy and empathy whilst exploring the hardship of poverty and working-class life. Now, I could turn this video essay into a 2-hour thesis, but I'm going to focus on the most distinctive elements of the film: mise-en-scène and cinematography. Economic hardship lies within the background and foreground of Wendy and Lucy. While this is easy to spot within the narrative as the viewer sees Wendy spiral further into debt and despair at her inability to survive, mise-en-scène paints a more nuanced picture. This is most apparent in settings, staging, lighting, and acting. Reichardt uses small-town urban settings, disused buildings, barren streets, and empty car parks. Reichardt stages the action with depth in mind. Sparse traffic passes through the background of shots, and extras might walk past as pedestrians. This combination of imagery evokes the promise of big city industry and activity, but ultimately makes the world of the film feel lonely and isolating, yet also intimate and realistic, generating a sense of connectedness between the viewer and Wendy. Shots are typically lit using natural or practical lighting, meaning that interior or night scenes are low-key, contributing to a deliberate naturalism. This gives the impression that Wendy and the rest of the town are united in their economic hardship, but isolate themselves in pursuit of survival. Performances in the film are understated and naturalistic, with a particular focus on expression and movement in the actor. Michelle Williams portrays Wendy with quiet nervousness, each moment of hardship adding to her exasperation and despair. Walter Dalton plays a kind and soft-spoken security guard, representing Wendy's lifeline to the outside world. The film's cinematography is stunning. The camera prioritizes framing Wendy and depicting her reactions rather than focusing on the scene's action. When action is shown, it's shown briefly and mostly through close-ups and extreme close-ups to create that sense of intimacy. Shot length is manipulated and sequences are slightly drawn out to create a sense of lingering that feels contemplative rather than uncomfortable. Long shots are frequently utilized that manipulate perspective to make Wendy seem minuscule against the vastness of the town's scenery. At one point, a tracking shot simulates Wendy's gaze as she walks through the pound looking for Lucy, creating tension and further aligning the audience with her. Wendy and Lucy beautifully and intimately portrays a story of economic suffering and human connection best exemplified in Reichardt's use of mise-en-scène, cinematography, and acting. This creates a memorable and unique product that captivates and engages its audience.